dickheads, Gobbo's back, and welcome to the final round of ULC Season 2 Tier 1 at Brazil. And immediately you can see this is game DVR footage, and we are coming up to start the lap, and we're just turning left through the final corner, and we keep turning left, and we smash into the wall. Basically that was, I was trying to press record on my camera, and kept turning left because I couldn't see where I was going, so that was me being an idiot. But yep, going to start 14th. Luke's going to get a massive lag start, so he's going to shoot up as you saw there, and immediately in 14th still, so it's not that bad. Staying cautious into turn 1. You can see going quite slow, throttle and brake, and a tiny tap on Azar is going to send us spinning onto the grass, so as to be expected really. And we're in last place, but we're soon going to gain the position on Luke, who was recently upside down, which was pretty cool. And yep, so we're going to gain that place on him up into 15th. And we have Azar Reactions had an incident in turn 4. Oh no, wait, that's not Azar, that's one of, I think that's Rapid Spectator Car. So yep, there's Azar having some moment between 4 and 5. So we're going to grab that position and go up into 14th. So not the ideal start to the race, still in the position we started off in. But on to lap 2 now. We've got Luke all over us, and we have Trumper Rumper 2000, who is ahead, and we are gaining a lot on him on the straight. Not enough to do anything into turn 1, but we're just going to stick behind him. Going to close up quite a lot in the braking zone actually, and get a very nice exit through 2, just power through 3, DRS open. And I wanted to be quite aggressive because I was told he was lagging a little bit, so I wanted to make sure I got a move done. And as you can see, his car ghosts slightly inside of my car. But nonetheless, we're going to get that move done. And up into 13th place and can start chasing down the pack in front. And yep, so actually we've got CRL Hamilton on the left there, deciding to retire because 12th place is not good enough for him apparently, and just deciding enough is enough on lap 3. So yep, shame that he felt the need to do that. But anyway, we've got a safety car now, so we're gonna make sure we stay above our delta so we don't get a drive through. And don't quite know what Azar Reactions is doing here. First he goes and overtakes Luke, and then he tries to overtake me under the safety car, which is very strange. He didn't even have any we didn't have any give position back warning, so I don't really know what he was trying to do, but he was literally just looked like he was trying to pelt it past us, which was very strange. But yeah, we're going to come into the pits now on lap 5, braking down to 30 miles an hour, and we're going to get a drive-through penalty. Like, what the fuck? This pit lane speed limit is 50, and I went 30, and I got a drive-through. Like, something about this league, like ULC, just doesn't want me scoring points, because that is just some bullshit, man. But never mind, we're going to come out of the pits in 11th place, and I was so angry about that drive-through, I just missed the braking point on the exit of the pit lane there. So already lost a lot of front left end plate as we come out of the pits. Very Season 3-esque there. So yep, so we were in 11th without having to serve a drive-through. So we're going to come into the pits now and change back onto the medium tyres, which we just took off. Like, I wasn't sure this would work. I didn't know whether they'd give me the medium tyres or not, but they did. They put on the medium tyres and changed my front wing as I asked. So they're going to put me back onto the tyres I did the first 5 laps on, and which is pretty cool. So as you can see now, I am down in 15th and last place, behind even Mateo's car, who got a drive-through and went to serve his drive-through and didn't have to serve his drive-through because his car got reset as he span into the pit lane. I mean, like, the luck that guy has in comparison to my luck, I'm not even going to, mention it. But yeah, so we're coming into the pits again to change off these medium tyres, go onto the preferred hard tyres. We're on lap 8 now, so been fanning around a lot in the pit lane, just trying to get onto the tyres I want and have a clean front wing. As you can see, the leader's already into turn 4, and as it turns out, the safety car is coming in this lap, so I'm going to have to get a move on to catch the safety car queue. on these hard tyres, but at least in a way they'll have one less lap of wear than everyone else because I came off them for a lap. So, yep, there's that. And as you can see, we are finally catching the safety car queue just in the final sector, which is pretty decent. And don't really know what Luke's car did there either, but he's going to pull off to the left. He didn't do that. He actually disconnected from the session. His car just had a mind of its own. So you can see he's left there. He'll join back in any second. I think he joined back in. I don't quite remember. But yeah, he didn't have much luck apart from the start of the season either. Like, he was shafted so much by the game and other drivers. But never mind. We are in 14th place coming towards turn 1. And immediately Cupid and TSR Cal, formerly known as Cyril Verline, so the two TSR teammates, or TSR representatives, if you like, racing for different leagues, have clashed. So that's very good for their brand, lol. And yep, so we're up into 12th. We're not going to complain about that at all. As you can see, Trumper Rumper 2000 lagging up ahead of Matteo, so he's keeping a safe distance. It's all going on up ahead. That's RBZ going to spin out, so we're up to 11th. Trumper Rumper lagging a bit more. Right now, if I didn't have a drive-through, I would be in a very good position for the minor points, but I got a drive-through, so I'm thinking I'm going to serve that this lap, actually. Yeah. I did think about serving it on the lap the safety car comes in, but I wasn't actually sure if you could do it or not, because I thought everyone's going to be going slowest on the first lap, so if I want to minimise the time I lose, doing it on the first lap would be best. But no, I decided not to do that. So we're going to serve the drive-through this lap. We're going to come into the pits from 11th place. It was looking quite promising, making sure we slow the car down there to like 35 miles an hour, and somehow we don't get a drive-through going 35, but we do going 30, which is very interesting indeed. And I really hope Codemasters sort out this bullshit for 2017 because it's just a bit stupid. But never mind. So yeah, this is just us coming out of the pits. We are now in 13th out of 14, so we are not last because RBZ has had to pit. Looks like he's going on to a set of medium tyres. And this is lap 15 now. You have Giovinazzi coming out of the pits. We're going to grab that position from him. He's going to slot in just a few seconds behind, which is very nice indeed. Then on to lap 18. Giovinazzi still hasn't been able to get past, and now got him and RBZ right behind. Giovinazzi's going to, don't know what he's going to try to do there, but yep, clearly trying to put his car where there's not space and go wide, and RBZ's going to overtake him. So that's me still in 11th, and RBZ's going to complete a pretty easy DRS pass now. Up into turn 1, going on to lap 19, so there's no really any point fighting that. He's a much quicker driver, so at this point I was like, I might as well just try and follow him, try my best to stay in the DRS, because I know he's going to be making his way towards the bottom end of the points. So just sticking in his DRS. As you can see, I'm closing up on the straight, but nowhere near to make any sort of move into turn 4. So we are going to cut away from this now, I believe, or not. We are going to stick with the footage. So we're going to stick with the footage. Giovinazzi had DRS on us, but he's going to catch up and not quite be able to pass. So still sitting in P12. I believe Giovinazzi pitted from a point scoring position. So at this stage, we both have a stop to make. RBZ will have a stop to make. And as you can see, Giovinazzi going, I don't even know what he's trying to do there, going for a gap which wasn't there when he was completely behind me. So yeah, that was just a bit of an idiotic thing to do from him. But if anything, he's lost more time than I did. So yeah, that's his fault. And next lap, going to get a very poor run through the last corner. He's going to get a nice exit. He's going to get past us. Obviously, he's going to have DRS going into turn 1. So, can't really fight this one much at all. So, yeah, you can see he's just pulling away under DRS. So, it looks like he's got that move done. Going to try fight it into turn 1 as he's going to go wide. But not really, nothing doing there. Probably could have avoided going on the grass on the exit. Would have had a much better chance of getting him into 4. But that's alright. So we're going to cut on to the end of this lap, and Giovinazzi has pulled ahead a little bit, and he's going to get it all wrong out of the final corner. So absolute karma is a bitch. butting him in the ass right there. So yeah, we'll take that position, and I reckon he's probably going to leave straight up after that because he obviously feels that there's nothing worth fighting for in this race anymore. So actually, yeah, so he's going to leave the session there because 12th place is clearly a very, very bad position to finish in. And don't know if you can detect the sarcasm in my voice there, but yeah, I don't really like it when people leave races when they spin out or whatever, because like anything can happen, and it just shows that like you're not a very good loser. But yeah, okay, so Matteo's going to come out of the pits now, and my footage is lagging so much, my laptop has slowed down enormously, so I don't know if this commentary is even in the right place in terms of syncing with the video, but we're going to roll with it. So Matteo's going to pull a gap on us, and we are going to come out of the pits ahead of TSR Cupid. So but only by a second or so. So he is going to be right behind us going into the closing, well, not even closing stages of this race. On the end of this current lap, he's going to be in our DRS. But I was running, actually, that's probably a lie. I don't even remember what wings I was running. There we go, 5-4 wings. So I was able to fight positions on the straight, which was pretty cool. And but obviously he's going to get a good run, better run than us through turn 2 and 3. So I'm going to block him off through, or make sure he doesn't get through 3. Going to take a passively defensive line into 4. He's going to maybe stick his nose in, but he's going to back away from that one. And going through 5, he's going to get a good run on us, but he's still a car's length behind. So I'm going to turn in. He's going to chuck it onto the curb on the inside. So at this point, I didn't feel he was entitled to any room, since it was basically a bit of a dive bomb. So yeah, as you'll have probably seen on the stream, it looked a lot worse than it was. But yep, that's us still in P10, clinging onto this final points place. Going defensive into this corner. He's going to go clean round the outside and bop us into the wall. Thank you very much, TSR Cupid. Top quality driver there. Brilliant awareness, as he has shown throughout many league races in his history. And don't know if you didn't know I was there, which obviously again is sarcastic considering he was fighting me for the whole lap. But yeah, just didn't really stay to the left, came over on the right, hit me into the wall. Brilliant. So yep, thanks to him for ruining any chance I had remaining of points, as unlikely as it was. So we're going to come into the pits to change that front wing, and at this point all hope was lost. Even my bloody camera decided to die on me, which it died a couple laps from the end. So I pitted for softs. Unbeknownst to me, Matteo and RBZ actually had a bit of an incident later on in the race, and I think they both pitted again. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but if I had have known that was going to happen, I probably would have just kept going to see if I could pick up any scraps. But no, here we go. This is lap 29. This is just a footage of my final sector of my quickest lap of a race. Basically just talking you through. The footage is going to die in about 40 seconds time, so I'm going to give you a quick brief summary of my season. Australia, not a great race. Bahrain, average race, really bad tyre wear. Austria definitely could have scored points, got screwed over by the game, put me on the wrong tyres at the start, or not the ones I chose to go on at the start. Silverstone, I'm just slow at Silverstone. Belgium, kind of forget what happened there. Maybe could have scored points, probably not. Italy definitely should have scored points. Screwed over by stupid corner cutting warnings for other drivers being stupid in front of me. Then what was after that? That was USA. Didn't even get to go on the grid, unfortunately, for that one, but I'm shit at USA, so I wouldn't have scored points. And Brazil, even though I didn't feel going into the race, my pace was amazing, but yep, turned out with a couple of DNFs, a couple of people leaving the session. Turned out my race pace was actually pretty decent, and that I was probably on target for some points until obviously that drive-through happened, and everything went downhill from there. So, yep, congrats to some people. Cheers, Sam, for scoring all our points in the Tier 1. You did a great job where you could, and brilliant. Was it 5th place in Brazil? Shame I couldn't get any points. Feel I deserved some. Never mind. Also, thanks to all the guys that represented us in Tier 2. So Connor, Sinan, Josh, Bon, and Mark. I believe only Josh Bond didn't pick up points, but he would have done if Tier 2 used the normal point system. So, yeah, they did well. We didn't do as well. We tried our best, but yeah, we kind of got bullied on the track a bit and screwed over, I would say more than most, by the game, which is a great shame, but never mind. Yep, as you can see the standings here, I'm very low down in the table, but never mind. Yeah. Cheers ULC for planning what this season I wouldn't say was the best, but has potential to be something great because it's such a good idea. I don't know why anyone didn't think of it sooner, to be honest, or why no one didn't do anything after the Cody's League stopped running. But yep, cheers guys for a alright season, I guess, and peace out.